The American government is needlessly giving up influence, including in a part of the world that is becoming increasingly important. And I will try in my conversations and meetings with the American president until we have the G20 summit in the USA to convince him that it would be good to invite all members of the G20 to America as well, because this is one of the most important multilateral formats we still have in the world.
Chancellor, you have just returned from the G20 summit. Now, last night, the US president announced that he will not invite South Africa to the next G20 summit in the US. So my question to you is, how do you plan to respond? Will you still travel to Florida without one of the most important representatives of the Southern Hemisphere, or will you choose not to go? It would be interesting to know how you intend to respond to this. And the second question, at the same time, the US State Department has instructed all embassies here in Europe to ensure that migration policy in Europe is changed. Do you see this as an unacceptable interference, or should Europeans now also start getting involved in American domestic policy?
Yes, first of all, I would like to start by answering the second question. Migration policy is our own affair, and we will decide on it as we see fit, especially here in the Federal Republic of Germany. Since the change in government, we are on the right track. We don't need any admonitions from outside. Moreover, we are in the process of formulating a new common European asylum and immigration policy. We are fully capable of doing this on our own, and we will do so on our own. As for the G20 sentiment, I regretted that the American government was not present last weekend in Johannesburg. The American government is needlessly giving up influence, including in a part of the world that is becoming increasingly important. And I will try in my conversations and meetings with the American president until we have the G20 summit in the USA to convince him that it would be good to invite all members of the G20 to America as well, because this is one of the most important multilateral formats we still have in the world. And in my view, the G7 and G20 are formats that should not be abandoned without good reason, should be diminished or made smaller than they are. They are important, and of course I will accept the invitation of the American president, but until then I will try to convince him to also invite the South African government.
Times of India videos, your daily dose of India and the world. Global news, different views, and sharp analysis.
Pressure of expectation from your fans, your supporters.
That is often served as a backdrop for several Bollywood.
You're not a brute majority anymore. If you individually take out Tera.
Making sense of global conflicts. Tracking the new emerging world order.
Strike on Israeli military bases.
A multi-pronged.
To stay out of harm's way as Israel started bombing targets across.
Understanding changing alliances in a polarized world. Tune into TOI videos for all this and more. Click on the bell icon to subscribe and never miss an update.